Coach, we have a damp and rainy afternoon in the tri-state area as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium in the Garden State of New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Carr. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here's Bird to return. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
We own it. We own it.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Mike 57. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert.
A give to Howard. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go counter with Howard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. On play action, Brissett. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Bullett's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll let it go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Breaks the tackle. Now an alley.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And New York set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. James Devlin, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
And it's no good. He misses the PAT. So file that one away. Could eventually loom large here as the night progresses. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Check.
A carry for Bryce Love, the fourth rounder from Stanford. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Bryce Love with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
Watch 54. Check pass. Hey, alert 3.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 22-yard line.
Mike 5-4.
Play fake. Brissett. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
On the ready. 52, Mike 52. All day, Paul. We got tight left. Even. 4 down. Even. Check 99.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And that's complete. It's Watson. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. They'll run on first down. It's Howard. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 41-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Howard. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go play action with Brissett. Got his target, Samuel. Through one quarter, 9-7 our score. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give to Howard running left. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I know he ain't got it.
On the handoff, this is Howard. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Check 6 guys. Hey.
Play action now. Brissett. Got his man. That's Harry. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
On first down, Howard. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
This is Howard on second down. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jordan Howard, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Huge off Porker. Watch twins. Hey, watch it, watch it.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, 734. 56. Mike's 56. Hey, Orbit. 56, Mike 56.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, 3rd and long.
29. Bravo. 56. Check 56. I'm ready to run. I'm coming. Check 50. Check 50.
On third down, here's Love. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? If they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The New York set to take the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. all they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. Carr keeps it on the sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now this time, Carl throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From a yard out. And the Browns move back within a couple of the lead. A little surprising they wouldn't go for two, but this is up and good. And that will get them one closer. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And now out come the Jets. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Push him back. Push him back. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. 57. Cut. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
On second and 11 now. Brissett, he's going to let this go deep for Jackson. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Deshaun Jackson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Mike 50. Hey, watch your legs.
On first and 10, here's Carr. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Brissett on first down. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's second down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brissett. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. Third down here.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Brissett. This is caught by Jackson. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7th. And now look at him go. The way in. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lock down. Coming tight. We got 4. We got 4.
Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Now. 50, Mike. 50. 180. 180. We're good. We're good. 280. 280.
On play action, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Cleveland.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At the 42-yard line.
Yeah. Keep running. Keep running. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Howard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Throwing, Brissett. Eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Okay, ready. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. 81. Woo-hoo. Check 13.
On 1st down, it's Howard. So he got free at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, come on, now. Come on, now.
They go with Howard again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Curtis Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Down. 185. Check 56. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Carr now on 1st down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mike 50. Go. Go. Hey, check Mike Hey, Haywood!
From the gun, it's Carr. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
To try again after the sack. Carr. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Bird on the return. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give him much better starting position. The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. Brissett sets to throw it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The end result, 21 yards. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Try the right side with Howard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
You remember me? Let's go, baby!
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On second down, it's Howard.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Watch tight end.
On first and goal, Howard. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jordan Howard with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, down. Hey, down. I got you, boy.
Well, they do get 5 there, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
4 down, 4 down. 93.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Love. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On now, it's Blair Walsh as he'll try the field goal here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Walsh is going to miss this one. That is no good for Walsh. Wide off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down now. It's Howard, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. Again, it's Howard. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.